And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend set. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Boston Red Sox have a chance to get out of town with a series sweep, and that's big against a division rival.
Yeah, they want to walk out of here feeling really good about what they've done. And sweeps are good, but divisional sweeps are outstanding, especially on the road. They're going to get a tough game from the other side, though, and no one's okay with getting swept in their own building, so they'll be ready as well.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to go. And on the hill in this one, Dean Kremer. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
The wind of the pitch. Liner to second, and picked on the hop. Hernandez over to first in time. 1 out in the top of the first. As we check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. And a big factor for them in recent games, Tristan Casas.
And Boog, he's the table setter for this offense. Team leader and on-base percentage. I mean, that just gives your teammates plenty of chances to cash in and bring them around to score. Man, I used to love when I had a guy out in second base or third base. Easy to get those RBIs. Game after game, you know a guy like this, what he's going to provide and the opportunities that other guys are going to get in the lineup.
1 out, base is empty. Oh, and 2 now. The shortstop takes the ball.
It's a good take.
On the ground to third. And that should be extra bases.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice. And now let's see if they force some action with
good feed. That's one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Orioles due up in the first, no score. Back now at Oriole Park. Starting on the mound in this one, Walker Buehler. How about a scouting report on him?
Well, what quickly stands out to me for this guy is comes in with a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So when you consider consistency, the ability to get swings and misses and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
The 0-1. That's a little bit low. And a 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That misses. And the count's even at 2. Got him swinging. The high heat, too much on that one.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Austin Hayes, the next to hit for the Orioles. And a strike on the outside edge. Buehler. He's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys. And he handles it himself for the out. Okay, let's check out the lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience singing.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Swing and a miss. 2-1 now.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and he's got the command to be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher, Boog, and throwing the pitch.
Kicks and deals. And that's ripped into left, base hit. And that extends the inning. It's an interesting thing when you consider limiting walks. Is it more important today because of how many home runs are being hit?
No doubt. Keeping guys off the base paths with the way the swings and the launch angles are today, the emphasis of hitting home runs is so huge. It's never been more important.
Gunnar Henderson at the plate now as he chases after that one. Yeah, I think the other part, though, as well, is it goes both ways, because I think the pitchers at times are more than willing to give up walks because they'll come back and strike the next guy out. Oh, 0-2 now. Gets a piece and stays alive. Rutschman off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And the inning is over. 1 left for the Orioles. Scoreless after 1. Back here in Baltimore, here is Yoan Moncada. The pitch. This one ripped, but foul to the right. And a pitch. And that one is lifted in the air. Kjerstad settles under it. Puts it away for the out.
That is good. The designated hitter.
And here is J.D. Martinez. Now a fly ball to right center. On his way over. Nabs it. That's out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Connor Wong. Swing and a miss. Going 1.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. Down the left field line, could be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. And a foul ball.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
And the righty deals. Swings through that.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Just missed. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Chasing the fastball up the ladder for a strike. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. First pitch, and he just misses. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there. And that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls, hitters, pitchers, managers, even fans, they're all going to appreciate you. Ed Drummond, he's that kind of umpire.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Ramon Urias. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it's into the gap. Around first, heading for two. And that's a two-bagger.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here's Jason Hayward. One home run shy of 200 for his career. Ball one, no strikes. Second inning here, no score. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Gone! He dunks it off the foul pole. His 9th homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 2-0. Siggy, somebody go track down that baseball. It's number 200 for him.
200 career home runs, that's legitimate power at the plate, and that's something that a lot of guys would dream of getting to. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something, but really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Here's Kike Hernandez. Gets the slider in there for a strike. Pulls that one foul. 2 runs across in the inning. Bottom half of inning number 2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3. Heston Kjerstad, the next to hit for the Orioles. That clips a corner. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Hit connect on the curveball, struck him out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Trevor Story. Swing and a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Cedane Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball.
You know, these Red Sox, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The Red Sox down by a pair. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Kremer checks over to first, and he's back. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Kjerstad tracks it down for the out. So the batting order turns over. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Jarren Duran. It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball 1. Duran measures 6 feet 2 inches. Hitting leadoff in today's game. He's knocked in 9 over his last 10 games. Runner on the go. In the air, left side. Hayes ranging after it. He's got it. And there's 2 away. So digging in, Jeremy Pena.
Counts 1-0.
And a pitch out, but nothing going on. Story off of first with 2 away. Right through there for a strike. He goes down looking. 1 left for the Red Sox, and they're down. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Bounce to the right. Casas takes it himself. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. Austin Hayes, the next to hit for the Orioles. That's in there. Strike 1. And a swing and a miss.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. Throw to first in time for the 2nd out. Good job to clean it up after the drop 3rd strike.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Rutschman batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for 2nd. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Henderson now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
2 outs. And now the count is even. Two outs and 1 in scoring position. And that's off the inside edge. And the count's full. Ryan Mountcastle waiting on deck for the Orioles. Man at 2nd. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And a 3-2. So now 2 on and 2 outs. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk. So 2 down. And here's the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. Swings through that one out in front that time. The Orioles trying to break this one open here in the last half of the 3rd. On the ground to short. Whips it to Casas. That's the 3rd out. Orioles strand a couple, but they hold the 2-0 lead. On to the 4th. And now the first baseman, Tristan Casas. The right-hander back to work. That one to first. Mountcastle takes it to the bag. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. And now Yoan Moncada flied to right his first time. on the ground, and that's just foul. One down, base is empty. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Snags it on the run. Out number 2. Now it's J.D. Martinez. He's 0 for 1. In the air, left field. And that is that. Back now at Oriole Park, John Chabi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Ramon Urias.
You know, these Orioles doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
That one is absolutely belted. And it's off the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it.
Inside, almost got him. No outs. Runner on second.
He starts him with the fastball, and that's a pitch that's right in his wheelhouse. You need to be careful.
Oh, that got him.
Well, he went after him right there with one of his best pitches. I'm really surprised that one got away from him.
And into the box for Baltimore, Kike Hernandez.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Just missed. No outs. Runners at first and second. Runners on the move. That one fouled hard the other way. Here's a 1-1. And another ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Kicks and fires. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The Orioles trying to break this one open. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Now it's the right fielder, Heston Kjerstad. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Moncada to second, and that's 2. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Orioles 2 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here in Baltimore, we go to the top of the 5th. So stepping in for Boston, Connor Wong. Fouled off left side.
You know, these Red Sox definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
So those first pitch numbers tell me they should try to find a way to slow this game down a bit. Things have been moving just too quickly for him at times.
Swings and misses, and there's 1 down.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
O'Neill now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Swing and a miss as he was late. The 0-2. Got it by him for the K.
Man, he stood no chance in that at bat. A 3-pitch strikeout, swung through all 3. Tell you what, Boog, it's not a good feeling at all.
You know that from experience?
It's happened a time or two. If I didn't roll over on the first pitch, sinker to second base, then, you know, in there long enough, then I would, yeah, I've had a couple.
My guy hack-tastic. The Red Sox trailing by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Big swing and a miss.
Looking sharp, just a strike.
And we're back. And now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. That one's in there. Strike 1.
0-1.
Ball 1 there.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there in the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Wouldn't chase that time.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
So now 3-2. On a line, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard. And next for the Orioles, Austin Hayes. Buehler looked to first. Mullins dives back in safely. In there at the knees. 1-1.
That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
At the belt and fires. That one misses, and it's 1-2. Just missed. Hit. That was smoke through the infield. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Here's Adley Rutschman.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
Double steal. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. 1 run is in. Hayes coming around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they lead by 4. Gunnar Henderson will hit next. First pitch misses.
You know, these Orioles, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
In plenty of time to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
That's a good piece. Of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Mountcastle in the box now. No balls and a strike.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
And a pitch.
1 ball.
He scores the runner from third, and the lead is up to 5.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. New pitcher for the Red Sox, Shintaro Fujinami. This is his first appearance of the season.
Trust me when I tell you.
On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and no one left on. 5 innings complete. It's the Orioles 5 and the Red Sox. All set for the top of the 6th. And stepping in for Boston, Cedane Rafaela. And that's a fair ball.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. That's one of those things where, as a hitter, you kind of feel like you were due for something like that to drop in for you, no matter how good or bad you've been swinging the bat as of late. And he just fought it off and dropped it in there perfectly.
So the lineup flips over. Runner takes off. Strike in there. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
The next pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Hayes makes the catch. Runner tags at second. He thought about third, but won't take the chance and heads back to second. Jeremy Pena, the next to hit. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Nope, he held back. Late on that fastball.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Mountcastle makes the grab, and there are 2 outs. So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Bobby Dahlbeck looking for a 2-out hit with a runner in scoring position. On the inside corner for a strike. Runner breaks for third. Broken bat, and it's popped up. And that is that. Staying in the game on defense, Bobby Dahlbeck. He pitch hit last half and now takes over at first. So now here's the DH, Jason Hayward. The pitch. Hayward, a multi-Gold Glove Award winner, a member of the 1,000 hit club, a former first-round pick back in 2007. He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And 1 out now.
First strikeout for him in this one, and that splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
Hernandez in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 1. Late with the swing there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
There's a strike.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
That misses the zone. Ball one. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Rafaela raging back towards the wall. Makes the catch, crashing into the wall. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Seventh inning coming up. It's the Orioles 5 and the Red Sox nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of inning number 7. Here is Moncada. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Pretty amazing. His first pitch strike percentage over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first pitch of the at-bat. Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something.
Urias makes the catch for the out. 1 away. And here's the catcher, Connor Wong, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. And there's a strike.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
Under it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Tyler O'Neill up next for the Red Sox. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Moncada around second, headed for third. Coming home. The relay. He'll score easily. It's 5-1.
Picks himself up an RBI. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
So man aboard, Trevor Story up next for the Red Sox. Out towards right center field. Mullins in pursuit. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now a 5-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back now at Oriole Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Cedric Mullins. And here it comes. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Looks like he wants the signs again. That one's upstairs, ball 1. And the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And 1 away.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Hayes in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here the bottom of the 7th. That one pushed foul. The pitch. Good eye in that spot. Swing and a miss.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the #3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
And the right-hander deals.
Ball.
That clips the corner.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these pitchers really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
On the ground to the left. Over to Dahlbeck. Rutschman retired. And the Orioles. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Dylan Tate.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Rafaela stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Hit hard, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Now at the plate, Jarren Duran. Throw, save.
Pretty close play on that one. A perfect throw probably gets him. That throw was just a little wide to the third base side of the bag, so he had to reach a little bit to get it. Could have been just enough to make the difference there.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Action in the pen down there. Cionel Perez is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Bauman, a right-hander, loosening up as well. Man at second. And he grounds one to the right side. Mountcastle steps on the bag. First out in the top of the 8th. And now the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. The 1-1.
0-1.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. You're up there at the plate. You got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
No need to deviate from the slider right there. The hitter just not making the adjustment. He came at him with the breaking ball, pitch after pitch in that at bat, and evidently there was no answer for it.
Here's Bobby Dahlbeck. He's 0 for 1. First pitch swinging.
0-1's the count.
And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
And another ball. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Back here in Baltimore. On to the bottom of the 8th, and the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Fujinami back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Here comes a pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The pitch. Very high with that one. It's 2-2. Right-handed reliever. Fights it off. He'll see another. On the ground right side. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And aboard on the leadoff single. Bernardino takes over on the mound.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year. So the defense should be active.
And now the lefty on the ground to first. Could be 2. 1 at second. A double play on the first batter he faces in relief.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
2 outs, base is empty. So next to hit for Baltimore, Ramon Urias. There's a swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Check swing, and that's a ball. That one finds the corner, and it's 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Off the mark there. And the count is 2-2.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Bounce to third. Over to first. What a play. Inning over. Mike Baumann into the game. He last pitched 2 days ago. Here's the third baseman, Yoan Moncada. 1 for 3. And a pitch. Baumann in his 4th year. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Here's a 1-1. Late that time, it's strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Up the middle, Henderson. Throw off line, he's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
That's a play you expect your shortstop to make pretty much every time. Pretty routine. Hard to tell if he didn't get a great grip on it or the mechanics on him just broke down, but that gives this offense an extra out to work with.
Martinez stands in now and watches strike 1. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Cionel Perez brings it in, and there's one away. He's 2 outs away. Connor Wong now at the plate. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Fastball for a strike. The Red Sox down by 4 here in the 3rd and final game of the series. And now 1-2. Stays alive. The pitch. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3. And that's the ball game.
A little sigh of relief for the pitcher there, ending the ball game with a nice double play. You always love when you can get 2 for 1, especially when it wraps up the ball game. Nice win for this team today.
5-1 is how it ends, as the Orioles win this one. From Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Schaubel. Thanks for joining us.
I've been on my toes since young. You should know that. You should know. I've been on my toes since young. You should know that. You should know. I've been on my toes since young. You should know that. You should know. I've been on my toes since young. You should know that.
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. You see, man made the cars to take us over the road. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electric light to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water, like Noah made the ark. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girls and a baby boys. Man make them happy, 'cause man make them toys. And after man make everything he can, you know that man makes money to buy from other men. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing, not one little thing without a woman or a girl. He's lost in the wilderness. He's lost in bitterness. He's lost. Lord have mercy.
Gente de sol, dale con tu mamá, mami. Lo mejor que suena ahora. Soy latino.